All right, I'm going to cheat because frankly this one's a little more complex. Not so much complex in concept, but it has more moving pieces. A really cool app is called If This Then That. It is, if you want to talk about computational thinking for the web, this is it. And it's a way to start tying together all the things that we've seen and to begin automating things in your work process that can be real time savers or just be really useful. So what you'll need to do is you need to go to Ifttt and sign in and well, create an account. I already have an account. And you'll be presented with a bunch of stuff, and you're looking at it and you don't know what any of it is. So let's just play with it and see what happens. So I'm going to go to my recipes and I'm going to create a recipe. That's kind of cool. So here's how it goes. If this, then that. Well, what's this? I have to choose a trigger channel. What's a trigger channel? It's something that happens on your phone or your computer or an app. All right, that's kind of meta. So we could make it so that, let's go down. Oh, hey, look, Feedly. I know what Feedly is. Feedly's my newsreader. Let's see what Feedly does for us. If I add a new source, if a new article gets tagged, if a new article gets saved for later. All right, so that's cool. I didn't know I could save things. Can universities fix the police? Let's go over to Feedly. What is this thing? This is, what is this? That is the save for later button. How do I know that? Because I use Feedly. I can also create a tag. Now let's think about what we can do for this. For the moment, we could say when a new article is saved for later, all right, we need to create a trigger. Good. So if we save an article for later, then, oh no. All right, there's just a ton of stuff we can do here. Hey, it's Google Drive. Is there anything else I recognize? Let's take a look at that. Oh, I had to connect it. All right, and I'm going to connect this here. Yeah, go ahead, just delete everything, whatever you want to do. Once I connect it, ooh, I can create append to a document or append a row to a spreadsheet. That's kind of cool. I think having a bunch of URLs in a spreadsheet could, well, or a document. Let's do a document. All right, new article saved for later. All right. Let's instead say this. These are Feedly articles. And this looks a little tricky, but I'm just going to leave it. And it wants to put it in if Feedly. All right, we'll leave that too. If I save an article for later, then it'll append it to a document. All right, I don't want any notifications. So now there was a little bit of a confusion there. I now have so many accounts with so many things, I can't keep track of which is which. But I wanted to show how this works. So this is my own personal Feedly. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of blogs that I'm tracking. And I might be interested in this article about satellites looking down on us. This is from TechDirt. It's a blog that tracks a lot of interesting issues and legal issues in law today. So I might save that for later. And here's an article about how computer graphics worked back in the day. I might want to mark that as well, and I'll come back to that again for another demo. So I've now saved both of those for later. And if I come over here and run this recipe, it says that it's never run. Why is that? Oh, it says it's currently running. Okay, well, there's supposed to be a document in here. These are the kind of things that drive you nuts. Still no document. No document. Supposed to be a document. I don't know what to do. This is going to be I don't even want to think about editing this video. We'll wait for that to happen. So I'm going to come back over here and create another recipe. Oh, hey, there's the articles. Finally, saved it as a Google Doc. I can now open it up, and this should be kind of cool. Hello, there's nothing in the Google Doc. All right, we're just going to let that sit. Another thing that I could do with Feedly, so if I come over here and say I want to connect Feedly, and when I tag articles, I can select a tag like activism and create a trigger, so that whenever I tag an article with activism, I could, for example, put it into a spreadsheet. I could call it activism articles. That's kind of cool. I'll just leave that as it is. I'll leave that as it is. All right, and I'll say create recipe. All right, so I've got another recipe here. So when I come back to my Feedly articles, I could say, ooh, I'm going to tag this as activism. And do you know what? This article about satellites, I'm going to tag that as activism. All right, and when I'm done reading articles, I can clear all of them. So that's kind of cool. But what we'll eventually see over here is another spreadsheet, and it will be a spreadsheet that contains only links to articles that I've read and tagged in a particular way. So what I've now done is I'm starting to create a database. I have a way of reading lots of articles, and I have a way of categorizing them, and when I categorize them, it automatically puts them into a form that I can then use like a spreadsheet. What's cool about a Google spreadsheet? Well, hang on. Let's see if I've got any articles in my document yet. Do I? No. Feedly, you're letting me down. Once I have these documents, if you remember Google Slides, I was able to embed them. So I can come over here and I can say, ooh, I want to publish this to the web and embed it. So that way I can actually take, I'd say publish, yes, I want to publish it. Once I publish this document publicly, I can embed it, and if I embed it, I can stick it in my Moodle site. Now I have a document that lets me use my newsreader so that I can read articles, I can tag them, I can embed them in Moodle, and I don't have to do any more work. Once I've embedded this document, I'm done. So this is a long rambling video, and if you have questions about if this then that, feel free to talk to myself or Lisa Jones. I've used this to automate things for my students. They've shown it to them and they've gone off and done things themselves. It's really pretty cool. So I'm going to say I'm out of time.